Ladies and gentlemen,
seekers of the stage,
denizens of the dramatic,
refugees from reality,
creatures of all heights, hues, and humors.
Welcome to What Streams May Come, presented by Chaotic Tiefling Productions.
Tonight I'm joined by the magically macabre and majestically mystifying Lady of Shadows, Jessica Skellington.
And I'm excited to join alongside the boisterous Bacchanalian Baron of Banter, Finnegan Archer, the Bloodhaven Bard.
Tonight, we bring you a Shakespeare play performed by thespians driven out of the stage lights by the perils of our present pandemic, leaving us without a place to perform our craft.
As we have done in the past, Finn and I have chosen one of Shakespeare's plays and made an open call to performers.
What is unique about these readings is, aside from choosing the show, the casting is completely random. Through the magic of spreadsheet randomizers, every actor has an equal chance of being paired with any role, regardless of age, gender, or other considerations.
And as you will see, this often makes for hilarious interpretations of the characters, or may provide a new spin on what you may have seen done in live theater.
Tonight's performance will be the tragedy of Julius Caesar. To bring you this story, we welcome to the screen a talented troupe of troubadours. Players, as I call out tonight's roles, please introduce yourself to this lovely audience. Tonight, playing the conflicted conspirator, Brutus, we have...
Mantle Ferox. At 2, it's me.
The very hungry, the very itchy, the very ambitious Cassius will be played tonight by...
Chase. Just Chase.
Very nice.
Hello.
The future paramour of Cleopatra, Antony, will be played by...
It is I, Lupine, and I will be playing Antony, friends, Romans, countrymen.
Much love, much love. Playing the emperor himself and the salad that launched 1,000 dressings, we have Caesar, played by...
Friends, fiends, country thems, 'tis I, ye old Draconis. Sup?
The punctuation. Oh, my love for you does not cease to grow. Tonight, for the first time on our stream, playing Casca, we have...
Keep Jacob on the internet. Jacob Plick in real life and your best friend. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to have you join us. Before I go on, I must say that Julius Caesar offered a cavalcade of casting challenges, the biggest of which was there's really only a handful of people that speak the majority of the play. The rest are lines here, lines there. It is a very widespread cast with only a few parts that speak a lot. So there's going to be a lot of cast members from this point on that have more than one role. So playing the fourth citizen, Messala, Decius Brutus, and Lucilius, we have me, your very own Finnegan Archer. I actually get to read tonight. Then playing Portia, we have...
Oh, hi. It's me, Lorai.
Fantastic. Lovely. And I see that you have very much matched the toga attire of our dragon. Later on,
two people have sense in this play, and it's very obvious from the dress.
Wait. Let's back up. Let's not ignore the togas by Mantle and Lupine. Many apologies. Your frame in the window was not big enough for your majestic aura. The frame did not match your majesty. Let's just say that. Anyways, moving on. Another member of the triumvirate, Octavius, will be played by...
Yours truly.
Yay, we both get to read tonight.
Whee!
Next up, playing Trebonius, the third citizen, and Tintinius, we have...
It's me, Traveler Varlander. I'm sorry, that's still true.
And the toga count is up to 5. Continuing on, we have playing Cicero, second citizen, Pindarus, Cinna, Lepidus, Podit, and Volumnius.
Hello, it is John Raven to some, and I am ready for some stabbing.
Nice.
Do you mind?
No.
Spoiler alert. Where was I? Oh, yeah.
You die.
Papilius, the first citizen, Claudius, and young Cato will all be brought to us tonight by...
Hi, guys.
Since some of these roles look oddly similar to each other, I'll say, everyone welcome Ruth, who will actually be playing Publius, the citizens, and second soldier.
Sorry, 3-year-old in the room.
You're fine. No, you're great. You're doing amazing. Love everything that you're doing. Where was I? Oh, yes. So Papilius, first citizen, Claudius, and young Cato will actually be played by...
Hello.
Mama.
Mama Strange is here.
Mama.
Welcome back. Thank you for appearing to us at such a long distance from the black and inky void in which you dwell. And continuing on. Dang it. If you can't quip and keep your part, Finn, don't quip. All right. Soothsayer, Cinna, the poet, both will be brought to us tonight by...
NATO, at your service.
Thank you. From a wonderful view in that those box seats that you were able to score. Yeah, let me know who your bookie is. Moving on, we have the Cobbler, Artemidorus, and Varro will all be performed by...
Me, the Moderator Supreme, Strike Red Kite.
Our very favorite AI construct. And next up among us will be Marillus, Ligarius, the first soldier, the servant, and Dardanius, all played by...
What's up, everybody? I'm Bobbin.
Bob, Lord of Hats. Then we will be joined with renditions of Calpurnia and Clytus.
Hello, everyone. Home base Serenity here. Finally back again.
Love it. Very glad to have you back, home base. We have missed you.
I've missed you guys too.
Bringing to us Flavius, Metellus, Cimber, and Strato, we are joined by...
Your friendly neighborhood Gleam Demon.
Of course. Thank you. Welcome back, dear. And I would say last but not least, but our wonderful, lovely, joyous Ruth introduced herself so as to not be last. Speaking of conspiracies, you excellently executed that plan to not be the last one called on the roll call. Good job, Ruth.
I know where I belong, okay?
Of course. I said last but not least, but you didn't want to be either. So, I respect the game. That's all I'm saying.
Good gracious. And as always, the best part of our show is you, dear audience. Please let us know how you're liking it in the chat and share some of those comments that you would normally get shushed for in a live theater. Our performers have been joined in the dialogue. What?
You skipped me.
Oh, no!
I shall now be flayed and hung upon a post.
Everyone stab Finn.
Everyone stabs Finn now.
Don't you know you just missed someone else, and she's just the most amazing.
It was right there when I was quipping, and then got onto myself for
and
losing
got
my
distracted by a kitty.
Right? Okay.
Shame.
I am remiss. I will cover myself in soot and ashes, and I will weep in the streets. But before I do that, I want all of you to be entertained by the renditions of the Carpenter, Lucius, several citizens, the third soldier, and the messenger, all brought to you by...
Melodic Blue. Hi.
was so happy that one of the several combo rolls went to our mistress of mischievous voices, the melodic. But now the best part is you, viewers. After everyone's done laughing at me for all of my fumbles and snafus this evening, now the best part is you.
I'm scared. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Demon Kitty decided that she was going to attack my jacket. Nice.
Fantastic.
But yeah, y'all aren't demons. Y'all are the best, dear audience. So if you like how we're doing our show tonight with all of its snafus right in the beginning, please share those comments that you would normally get shushed for in the live theater. Our performers may even join in the dialogue along with Finn and myself. We do humbly ask, though, that you keep it respectful. But please feel free to make jokes, talk about the characters or plot, compliment our actors, and maybe be a bit bawdy.
I mean, this is Big Billy the Shaker we're talking about, and in his works, you're always bawdy, never bougie, you know? You know how it is. So, we would be doing him a disservice if we shied away from any of your puns, quips, and innuendos. However, we do have moderators watching the chat, so be kind to one another and the actors on your screen.
And with all of that said and done and snafu'd, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Without further ado, let us to places for Act 1, Scene 1 of Julius Caesar.
Hence, home, you idle creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? What, know you not? Being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a laboring day without the sign of your profession. Speak, what trade art thou?
Why, sir, a carpenter.
Where is thy leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, sir, what trade are you?
Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler.
But what trade art thou? Answer me directly.
Trade, sir, that I hope I may use for the safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls.
What trade, thou knave? Thou naughty knave, what trade?
Nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me, yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you.
What meanst thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow?
Why, sir, cobble you.
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is with the all. I meddle with no tradesmen's matters nor women's matters, but withal I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them, as proper men ever tread upon neat's leather have gone upon my handiwork.
But wherefore art thou not into thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes to get myself into more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph.
Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings thee home? What tributaries follow him to Rome to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops, your infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day with patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made an universal shout that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores? And do you now put on your best attire? And do you now call out a holiday? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Be gone! Run your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude.
Go, good countrymen, and for this fault, assemble all the poor men of your sort. Draw them to the Tiber banks and weep your tears into the channel till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all. See whether their basest metal be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the Capitol. This way will I disrobe the images if you do find them decked with ceremonies.
May we do so? You know it is the Feast of Lupercal.
It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll about and drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wings will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
Well, if you wanted exposition, we'll just throw random citizens at you for it. It is the Shakespearean way. And on we move to Act 1, Scene 2.
Calpurnia!
Peace, ho! Caesar speaks.
Calpurnia!
Here, my lord.
Stand you directly in Antonius's way when he doth run his course. Antonius!
Caesar, my lord.
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia, for our elders say the baron, touched in this holy chase, shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar says, do this, it is performed.
Set on, and leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Who calls?
Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again.
Who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a tongue shriller than all the music cry, Caesar! Speak. Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set him before me. Let me see his face.
Hello. Come from the throng. Look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass!
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is Antony. Let me not hinder. Cassius, your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am, of late with passions of some difference, conceptions only proper to myself, which gives soil perhaps to my behaviours. But let not, therefore, my good friends, be grieved, among which number, Cassius, be you one, nor construe any further my neglect, that poor Brutus, with himself at war, forgets the shows of love to other men.
Then, Brutus, I have much mistook your passion, by means of whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection, by some other things.
'Tis just, and it is very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have heard where many of the best respect in Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus, and groaning underneath this age's yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had his eyes.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek it into myself? For that which is not in me?
Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear, and since you know you cannot see yourself, so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of. And be not jealous on me, gentle Brutus, were I a common laugher, or did use to stale with ordinary oaths my love, to every new protester, if you know that I do fawn on men and hug them hard, and after scandal them, or if you know that I profess myself in banqueting to all the rout, then hold me dangerous.
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so?
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it be aught toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death i' the other. And I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me as I love, the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be, in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We have both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, Dearest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point. Upon the word, accoutré as I was, I plunged in, and bade him follow, so indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we both did buffet it, with lusty sinews, throwing it aside, and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, Help me, Cassius, or I sink. I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body, if Caesar carelessly but nod at him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true this god did shake. His coward lips did from their colour fly, and that same eye whose bend doth awe the world, did lose his lustre. I did hear him groan. Aye, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, give me some drink, Titinius, as a sick girl. Ye gods, it doth amaze me. A man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout! I do believe these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we, petty men, walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings, Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. It is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now, in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age since the great flood, but it was famed with more than with one man? When could they say it till now, that talked of Rome, that her wide walks encompassed but one man? Now is Rome indeed and room enough, when there is in it but only one man? Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me. I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this and of these times I shall recount hereafter. For this present, I would not, so with love I might entreat you, be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find a time, both to meet and to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome, under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I'm glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus.
The games are done and Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what hath preceded worthy note today.
I will do so. But look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like chin in train. Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes, as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in conference by some senators.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonio.
Caesar.
Let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men and such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much, and such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet, if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads much, he is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays, as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music, seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit, that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at heart's ease, whiles they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what it is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for this ear is deaf, and tell me truly what thou thinkst of him.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca, tell us what hath chanced today, that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, you were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask Casca what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand, thus, and then the people fell a-shouting.
What was that second noise for?
Why, for that too. I think that's back to you, Cassius.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, marry, wasn't. And he put it by thrice, every time gentler than other, and at every putting by, mine honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I can as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown, yet 'twas not a crown neither. 'Twas one of these coronets. And as I told you, he put it by once. But for all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. Then he offered it to him again. Then he put it by again. But to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. And then he offered it the third time. He put it the third time by. And still, as he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chopped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown, that it almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it. And for mine own part, I durst not laugh for fear of opening my lips and receiving the bad air.
But soft, I pray you. What? Did Caesar swoon?
He fell down in the marketplace and foamed at the mouth and was speechless.
'Tis very like. He hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I, and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that, but I am sure Caesar fell down. If the Tagrag people did not clap him and kiss him according as he pleased and displeased them, as they used to do the players in the theatre, I am no true man.
What said he when he came unto himself?
Marry, before he fell down, when he perceived the common herd was glad he refused the crown, he plucked me op his double and offered them his throat to cut. And I had been a man of any occupation, if I would not have taken him at a word, I might go to hell among the rogues. And so he fell. When he came to himself again, he said, if he had done or said anything amiss, he desired their worships to think it was infirmity. 3 or 4 wenches where I stood cried, alas, good soul, and forgave him with all their hearts. But there's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
And after that he came thus sad away?
Aye.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Nay, and I tell you that I'll never look at you in the face again. But those that understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads. But for my own part, it was Greek to me. I could tell you more news, too. Morellus and Flavius, for pulling scarfs off Caesar's images, are put to silence. Fare you well. There was more foolery yet, if I could remember it.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
No, I am promised forth.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth the eating.
Good. I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell both.
What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick mettle when he went to school.
So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. However, he puts on this tardy form, this rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men's stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
And so it is. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or, if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought. From that it is disposed. Therefore, it is meet that noble minds ever keep ever with their likes. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, and he were Cassius, he should not humor me. I will this night in several hands at his windows throw, as if they came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
All right, so the very first salad shaker was invented. They are going to shake the Caesar. And with that, we go to Act 1, Scene 3.
Good even, Casca. Brought you Caesar home. Why are you breathless? And why stare you so?
Are not you moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing infirm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempest when the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds, but never till tonight, never till now did I go through a tempest dropping fire. Either there is civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy with the gods, incenses them to send destruction.
Why, saw you anything more wonderful?
A common slave, you know him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn, like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I have not since put up my sword against the Capitol. I met a lion, who glazed upon me and went surly by without annoying me. And there were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets. And yesterday the bird of night did sit, even at noonday, upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say, these are their reasons, they are natural. For I believe they are portentous things unto the climate that they point upon.
Indeed, it is a strange disposed time. But men may construe things after their fashion, clean from their purpose the things themselves. Come Caesar to the capital tomorrow?
He doth, for he did bid Antonius send word to you he would be there tomorrow.
Good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there?
A Roman.
Casca by your voice.
Your ear is good. Cassius, what night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens menace so?
Those that have known the earth so full of faults, for my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night, and thus embraced Casca, as you see, have bared my bosom to the thunderstone. And when the cross blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim and very flash of it.
Wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is the part of men to fear and tremble, when the most mighty gods by token send such dreadful heralds to astonish us.
You are dull, Casca, and those sparks of life that should be in a Roman you do want, or else you use not. You look pale and gaze and put on fear and cast yourself in wonder to see the strange impatience of the heavens, but you would consider the true cause. Why all these fires? Why all these gliding ghosts? Why birds and beasts from quality and kind? Why old men fool and children calculate? Why all these things change from their ordinance, their natures and preformed faculties, to monstrous quality? Why, you shall find that heaven hath infused them with these spirits, to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, opens graves and roars, as doth the lion in the Capitol. A man no mightier than thyself or me, in personal action yet prodigious grown, and fearful as these strange eruptions are.
'Tis Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is, for Romans now have thews and limbs like their ancestors. But woe the while, our fathers' minds are dead, and we are governed with our mother's spirits. Our yoke and sufferance show us womanish.
Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land, and in every place save here in Italy.
I know where I will wear the dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. Therein, ye gods, you make the weak most strong. Therein, ye gods, you tyrants do defeat. Nor stony tower, nor walls of beaten brass, nor airless dungeon, nor strong links of iron can be retained to the strength of spirit. But life, being weary of these worldly bars, never lacks power to dismiss itself. If I know this, know all the world besides, that part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I. So every bondman in his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man. I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. He were no lion, were not Romans hinds. Those that with haste will make a mighty fire, begin it with weak straws. What trash is Rome, what rubbish, and what offal, when it serves for the base matter to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar? But, oh grief, where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak to this before a willing bondman, then I know my answer must be made. But I am armed, and the dangers are to me indifferent.
You speak to Casca, and to such a man there is no fleering telltale. Hold my hand. Be factious for redress of all these griefs, and I will set this foot of mine as far as who goes farthest.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Casca, I have moved already, some certain of the noblest minded Romans, to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence. And I do know by this they stay for me in Pompey's porch. For now, this fearful night, there is no stir or walking in the streets, and the complexion of the element in favors like the work we have in hand, most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Stand close a while, for here comes one in haste.
'Tis Cinna. I do know him by his gait. He is a friend. Cinna, where haste you so?
To find out you. Who's that? Metellus Cimber?
No, it is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts. Am I not stayed for, Cinna?
I'm glad on't. What a fearful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. O Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content, good Cinna. Take this paper, and look you lay it in the praetor's chair, where Brutus may but find it, and throw this in at his window. Set this up with wax upon old Brutus's statue. All this done, repair to Pompey's porch, where you shall find us. Is Decius Brutus and Trebonius there?
All but Metellus Cimber, and he's gone to seek you at your house. Well, I will hie, and so bestow these papers as you bade me.
That done, repair to Pompey's theater. Come, Casca, you and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts, and that which would appear offense in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will change to virtue and to worthiness.
Him and his worth and our great need of him, you have right well conceded. Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day we will awake him and be sure of him.
And so we've laid the groundwork for all of the political intrigue, because everyone loves you and everyone hates you at the same time, Big Jules. And it's just, it's one of the, everyone's like, isn't Caesar great? Isn't Caesar amazing? Yeah, I kind of hate him. I kind of don't like him. Everyone's talking about Caesar. Have you heard about Caesar? Yeah, that guy's, I hear he's awful.
Anchovies, am I right?
Who put anchovies in it? And what's up with all the stale bread? Giving it a fancy name, croutons? What's that about?
But if you don't put anchovies in it, it doesn't taste right.
It's not Caesar dressing if you don't put anchovies in it.
Not right?
And putting anchovies in is a little fishy. Trust me, I'm an expert.
Oh, there we go. There they go.
And there's the marine biologist
No.
I hate that I set you up for that.
No, you don't.
I kind of love it the most.
Well, but above all, I mean, we have to have them because with Finn, we're nothing but fantastic.
Haha, yeah, we are.
Oh my
God. I'm here for the puns. That's,
Time and punishment.
Come for the
Sorry,
friendship.
I think we passed over Finn's criticism of croutons. Croutons are delicious. What is wrong with you?
I don't
like croutons.
I was going in for the joke. I do like some crunchy bread up in my salad. I like to get my crouton.
I'm the person who I'm like, would you like a little bit of salad with your croutons?
Really? Yeah.
But if we're talking about that though, I have to share something from my childhood. My little sister, you all know the song "Shoe Fly Don't Bother Me." My little sister thought it was croutons don't bother me, so she would sing that to me.
That's amazing. I love it. It's just announcing
croutons don't bother me.
It's like no, they don't.
Croutons don't bother me.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
You can divide a room with your talk on croutons. We found out tonight. You can also divide a room with your talk of the emperor, which is what is exactly happening. Everyone's like trying to feel each other out with this stuff. Like, so Caesar, right?
Oh,
And like it's a whole bunch of gauging reactions. That whole first act is like, don't you love Caesar? Yeah, totally. Can't get enough of that Caesar. Cassius walks in. All right, guys, here's the real deal. All right, everybody shut up.
Infamy! Infamy! They've all got an infamy!
Actually, we hate him. I don't know if you noticed, but we all hate him.
Right, right.
He can't sit with us at lunch.
Hey, how
Like,
about that
seriously.
Caesar guy, everybody? How about we kill him?
Yeah.
Kill him?
Yeah.
Kill him? Murder?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the way it's gotta go. But then I'll also like Cassius. This is like a play full of nothing but villains. Like there's no one good in it. Like, well, there's several like this, but it's another one where there's.
I'm just a victim of circumstance.
At best,
wise
like
guy, are you?
his characterization, like, and we can forget history for a minute because out of all the historical plays, this one is the one that departs the most from the historical source material. This whole thing exists as just a historical fanfic. Like it's Shakespeare's version of What If. He just wrote a What If episode, but what if Caesar's only real crime was being a doofus and his only real problem was not realizing what was going on around him? Meanwhile, you have Brutus, who's like also a doof because he's just like Caesar's favorite himbo. And then you have Cassius over here, who is just the worst. Like
apparently very skinny.
He is the most like
Weasley.
Well, the word I was looking for, he's the most just like bitter. He's just like, he can't stand anyone having good things because he's like, I don't have good things. I'm just a wealthy senator.
I don't know if Caesar's being described as smart or dumb because it seems like he's like, I'm so ill. I'm fainting. Is this working? Is it working? I'm better, but everything I do wrong is because I'm sick. So sick, but also fit to lead you, which is pretty smart. Like
it's that one guy that like is inept in every area but one. So he just uses his genius in that one area.
Only high charisma.
So this guy's just a 20 charisma and an 8 and just 8s across the board. The rest of it's just brah.
And see, this is
Real
just a
low
case
stuff.
that shows where min-maxing doesn't always help out.
No, it does not.
Right. All right. So shall we see how this goes in Act 2?
Yeah, so let's find out how
Act
much
2, Brute.
How much lead up? Okay, he just did it. Okay.
It's me.
I'm only upset I didn't think of it. I'm only upset that I didn't think of it.
Okay, that being
I don't have
said-
anything better than that. Act 2, Scene 1. Let's go. Let's do this.
What, Lucius? Ho! I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how near today. Lucius, I say. I would if it were it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What? Lucius!
Called you, my lord?
Get me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. But for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. Crown him that, and then I grant we put a sting in him. That is, and his will be made do danger with, the abuse of greatness, and it when disjoins, remorse from power, and to speak truth of Caesar. I have not known when his affection swayed, more than his reason. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks into the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may. Then, lest he may prevent, and since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is, augmented, would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which, hatched, would as his own kind grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
The taper burneth in your closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed again. It is not day. It is not tomorrow, boy. The Ides of March.
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
The exaltations whizzing in the air. Give me so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome, etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake. Such instigations have been often dropped, or I have took them up. Shall Rome, etc.? Thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? What? Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome, the Tarquin Drive, when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? Oh, Rome, I make thee promise. If the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, March is wasted 15 days.
'Tis good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing in the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream. The genius and the mortal instruments are then in council, and the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir. Their hats are plucked about their ears, and half their faces buried in their cloaks, that by no means I may discover them by any mark of favor.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night, when evils are most free? Oh, then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none, conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and affability, for if thou path thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. And no man here but honors you, and every one doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself, which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome hither.
This Decius Brutus.
He is welcome too.
This Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word?
Decius.
Decius, dost thou have something to say?
Do we get a mute? Sorry. That's ooh. I was scrolling because I needed to know what was coming up in the next act, and then I stopped.
Isn't it you?
Give me the line. Give me the line. It was me. It happened to me. It happened
Shall
to
I
me.
entreat a word?
There we go. Like a line number, sorry.
Oh.
105. Lost it. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. 100% lost it because I was looking for it in the script. Do you
It's
entreat
all
a word?
good, man.
No.
Shall I entreat a word?
You know, of course, because here lies
I'm
the
not talking to
east.
you.
Doth not the day break here?
No.
Oh, pardon, sir, it doth. And yon grey wines that fret the clouds are messengers of day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I point my sword, the sun arises, which is a great way growing on the south, weighing the youthful season of the year. Some 2 months hence, up higher toward the north, he first presents his fire, and the high east stands as the capital directly here.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. If not the face of men, the sufferance of our souls, the time's abuse. If these be motives weak, break off betimes, and every man hints to his idle bed. So let high-sighted tyranny range on, till each man drop by lottery. But if these, as I am sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards and to steel with valor the melting spirits of women, that countrymen, what need we any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? What other bond than secret Romans that have spoke the word and will not palter? And what other oath than honesty to honesty engaged? And that this shall be, or we will fall for it? Swear priests and cowards and men's costly us, old feeble carrions and such suffering souls that welcome wrongs, unto bad causes swear, such creatures as men doubt, but do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressive metal of our spirits, to think that, or our cause, or our performance, did need an oath, when every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is guilty of a several bastardly, if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him.
But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Let us not leave him out.
No, by no means.
Oh, let us have him. For his silver heirs will purchase us a good opinion and buy men's voices to commend our deeds. It shall be said his judgment ruled our hands. Our youths and wildness shall no wit peer, but all be buried in his gravity.
Oh, name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched, but only Caesar?
Decius well urged, I think it is not meet. Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find of him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means, if he improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs, like wraith and dead in envy afterwards, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers, but not butchers. Caius, we all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we then could come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar! But, alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And, gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds. And let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage, and after seem to chide 'em. This shall make our purpose necessary, and not envious, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called perjurers, not murderers. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him, for in the engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all that he can do is to himself. Take thought and die for Caesar. And that's where much he should, for he is given to sports, to wilderness, and much company.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Peace. Count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late, quite from the main opinion he held once of fantasy, of dreams and ceremonies. It may be these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of this night, and the persuasion of his augurers may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can oversway him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, and bears with glasses, and elephants with holes, lions with toils, and men with flatterers. But when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does, being then most flattered. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we will all of us be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour. Is that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not then.
Caius Liberius doth bear Caesar hard, who rated him for speaking well of Pompey. I wonder none of you have thought of him.
Now, good Metellus, go along him. He loves me well, and I have given him reasons. Send him but hither, and I'll fashion him.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And, friends, disperse yourselves, but all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and formal constancy, and so good morrow to you, everyone. Boy! Lucius, fast asleep? It is no matter. Enjoy the honey-heavy dew of slumber. Thou hast no figures, nor fantasies, which busy care draws in the brains of men. Therefore thou sleep so sound.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw, cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. I've ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed, and yesternight at supper you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms crossed, and when I asked what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, then you scratched your head, and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet you answered not. But with an angry wafture of your hand gave sign for me to leave, so I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience, which seemed too much kindled, and withal hoping it was for but an effect of humour, which sometime hath his hour with every man. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep, and could it work so much upon your shape as it hath much prevailed on your condition, I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health. That is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so do I. Good Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humours of the dank morning? What, is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night, and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No, my Brutus. You have some sick offence within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know. And upon my knees, I charm you, by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you enfold to me yourself, your half. Why, you are heavy, and what men tonight have had to resort to you. For here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secret that appertain to you? Am I yourself, but, as it were, in sort or limitation, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honourable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know this secret. I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, given myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Hark, hark, what knocks? Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. All my engagements I will construe to thee. All the charactery of my sad brows, leave me with haste. Lucius, who's that knocking?
He is a sick man that would speak with you.
Caius Ligarius that Metellus spake of. Boy, stand aside. Caius Ligarius. How?
Vouchsafe good morrow from a feeble tongue.
Oh, what time you have chose out, brave Caius, to wear a kerchief. Were you not sick?
I am not sick, if Brutus have in hand any exploit worthy the name of honor.
Such an exploit have I in hand. Ligarius, had you a healthful ear to hear of it?
By all the gods that Romans bow before, I here discard my sickness. Soul of Rome, brave son, derived from honorable loins, thou like an exorcist have conjured up my mortified spirit. Now bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible, yea, to get the better of them. What's to do?
A piece of work that will make sick men whole.
But are not some whole that we must make sick?
That we must also. What it is, my Caius, I shall unfold to thee as we are going to whom it must be done.
Set on your foot, and with a heart new fired I shall follow you, to do I know not what, but it sufficeth that Brutus leads me on.
Follow me, then.
So good. I mean, I just have to say it, though. Portia seems like just the best female character ever written. Up until, you can trust me, check this out, stab thigh. See?
I'm not like all the other women. You can trust me, but not all the other women.
I'm going to stab myself in the leg, and I'm not going to flinch. See, I can keep a secret. It's just like, everything up till that was like perfect repudiation for all of his misogyny. And then it takes a left turn into bizarro world, just what just happened. But yes, all of it. Love it, all of it. Ooh, Brutus, doofus. Can't see what's right in front of him. On we go.
No, I did see, but then that damn knock at the door.
Oh, that's right.
I got distracted. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Brutus almost getting ready to go like, okay, dear, let's get this on. And then knock, knock. It was the cock block knock that happened, just in time.
And thus to doom us all.
All right. And on we should go.
It kept me from seizing her, darn it.
It did. You could not seize her. On we go.
What? Somebody said something? What?
Act 2, Scene 2.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice has Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help! Ho, they murder Caesar!" Who's within?
My lord.
Go bid the priests to do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threatened me ne'er looked but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons in right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided, whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth. for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say the augurers?
They would not have you to stir forth today. Plucking the entrails of an offering forth, they could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart if he should stay at home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered in one day. And I, the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humour I will stay at home. Oh, here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you are come in very happy time to bear my greeting to the senators and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, and that I dare not falser. I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arm so far to be afraid to tell greybeards the truth? Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood. And many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And there does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I will stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from great Rome you shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
And this way have you well expounded it?
I have. When you have heard what I can say, and know it now, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself, they shall whisper, Lo, is Caesar afraid? Pardon me, Caesar. For my dear, dear love to your proceeding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is liable.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. And look, where Publius has come to fetch me.
Tomorrow, Caesar!
Ah, welcome, Publius. What, Brutus, are you stirred so early too? Oh, good morrow, Casca, Caius Ligarius. Oh, Caesar was ne'er so much your enemy as at the same arg which hath made you lean. Oh, what is dear clock?
Caesar, 'tis stricken 8.
I thank you for your pains and courtesy. Ah, see, Antony, that revels longer nights is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony.
Oh, too most noble Caesar.
Bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. Now, Cinna, now, Metellus, or what, Trebonius? I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you call on me today. Be near me that I may remember you.
And Caesar I will, and so near will I be that your best friends shall wish I had been further.
Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me, and we, like friends, will straightway go together.
Brutus Mutus.
Every like is not the same. Oh, Caesar, the heart of Brutus earns to think upon.
Aptly captioned or aptly subtitled in the chat. Dude, just listen to your wife. The whole play. Dude, just listen to your wife.
The microphone thing there was worth it just for that joke.
Just for Brutus Mutus? There we go. Had
First
to be
actus,
said.
dude, just listen to your wife. Second actus, should have listened to your wives.
Yep.
Et ubi facio.
Yeah. All right.
That's how most of Shakespeare's shows are, with the exception of the Scottish play.
That's the only time you shouldn't have listened to your wife.
Don't listen to your wife.
It's like if we took this the Egyptian model, we would be listening to our wives and everything would be fine.
Right.
But no.
Had to go to the Senate today, didn't you? You just
Mark
had
Antony
to
was
go.
a bit late,
don't you
but
know?
he went for it.
I actually in a play in my senior year of high school, we did a brief play that my drama teacher wrote called "Rinse the Blood Off My Toga," and in that I played Calpurnia, the grieving widow, and I did it a la Monty Python.
I told him, Julie, don't go.
Don't go, Julie. Don't go.
Would he listen to me? No. I said do it ain't so much, but would Mr. Big Shot listen? No.
In comes Decius talking about bathing Romans, getting them all excited.
You naughty boy.
Decius, I watched this. I watched a video on dream interpretation once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched a video. I totally know what your dream means. Forget those guys. Forget your wife. I totally
took a Skillshare class.
Oh yeah.
I read this story about this Joey guy with lions and stuff. I don't know. He was dreaming. I don't know, in a coat.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of Monty Python, I think it's time that someone yelled, "Get on with it!
Get on with it!
Get on with it!" And on we go to Act 2, Scene 3.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Casca. Have an eye to Cinna. Trust not Trebonius. Mark well Metellus Cimber. Decius Brutus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Caius Ligarius. There is but one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. If thou beest not immortal, look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee. Thy lover, Artemidorus. Here I will stand till Caesar pass along, and as a suitor I will give him this. My heart laments that virtue cannot live out of the teeth of emulation. If thou read this, O Caesar, thou mayest live. If not, the fates with traitors do contrive.
Meanwhile, back at the Capitol, Act 2, Scene 4.
I prithee, boy, run to the Senate house. Stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
To know my errand, ma'am.
I would have had thee there and here again, and I can tell thee what thou shouldst do there. Oh, constancy be strong upon my side, set a huge mountain between my heart and tongue. I have a man's mind, but a woman's might, how hard it is for women to keep counsel. Art thou here yet?
Madam, what should I do? Run to the Capitol and nothing else? And so return to you and nothing else?
Yes, bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well. For he went sickly forth, and take good note what Caesar doth, what suitor breast to him. Hark, boy, what noise is that?
I hear none, madam.
Prithee, listen well. I hear a bustling rumour like a fray, and the wind brings it from the Capitol.
Sooth, madam, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been?
At my own house, good lady.
What is the clock?
About the 9th hour, lady.
Is Caesar yet gone to the Capitol?
Madam, not yet. I go to take my stand to see him pass on to the Capitol.
Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
Oh, that I have, lady, and that will please Caesar to be so good to Caesar as to hear me. I shall beseech him to befriend himself.
Why, knowest thou any harms intended towards him?
None that I know will be, much that I fear may chance. Good morrow to you. Here the street is narrow, a throng that follows Caesar. At the heels of senators and praetors and common suitors will crowd a feeble man almost to death. Get me to a place more void, and there speak to great Caesar as he comes along.
I must go in. Ay me, how weak a thing the heart of woman is. Oh, Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise. Sure, the boy heard me. Brutus, have a suit that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, and commend me to my lord. Say I am merry, come to me again, and bring me word what he doth say to thee.
Everybody's ready to do all the killings, and the only people that are trying to stop it are the ladies. And I'm sorry to tell you, Portia, if trying to get Brutus into bed didn't work to stop him conspiring last time, sending word that you're merry and come home now might also not work. Just saying.
It's fine. I've got this picture of hot coals. If he doesn't show up, I'll just spend,
Hey, you do you. You are a strong, empowered Roman woman. You deserve you time.
I just giggle snorted at that one.
She knows how to have a hot time.
Yeah.
In the words of Hedy Lamarr,
no matter whether he comes or not, it's going to get hot in here. I'll make sure of it.
Mr. Brutus, your wife is a little worried that you're throwing the piercing glances at Caesar instead of at her.
You should not.
Boy, those would not be piercing for her. Those would be, come hither.
Okay, so Brutus had options. There was like that. There's the QTE moment. The QTE moment for Brutus had the button prompts for penetrate Caesar or
oh my,
or fade to black.
Here's the thing. My wife proves she's trustworthy by stabbing a knife into her thigh.
Dueling.
I'm gonna stab someone else to prove how much I love her.
I mean, I can see the logic, but that doesn't mean it's not a poor choice.
Family stabs together stays together.
But here's the other thing. If I get rid of Caesar, not only do I save Rome, I don't have to spend time with it anymore. I can spend more time with my wife.
It sounds like a good plan. Like,
So,
no, I hear you.
Perhaps you should have discussed that plan with your wife before you executed it.
Yeah, well, there was that coughing person at the door. Blame him.
I don't know. And if you do it right, the spending time with the wife part actually lasts longer and is more satisfying than the killing people part. Just saying.
One would hope.
One would hope.
We'll see how all that plays out in Act 3. Conspirators, we went out, we got dagger tattoos. We're like a corrosive team now.
Yo.
We already made this pact.
Did I miss the trip to the tattoo parlor? Damn.
That happened on the everybody else got tattoos on their way home from Brutus's house.
We had to warm up with needles before knives, so
yeah,
right. Oh my God!
I can't go to the Senate today. I have this stabbing back pain.
Oh nope.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
See, like we just have these guys, and it's. I love how it's set up in parallel. So many things set up in parallel with Shakespeare. Two men out to go do their ambitious deeds, both with wives saying, "Stay home with me. Please stay home with me." And they won't.
I think I've seen a movie
been
like
married
that.
for too long.
Except they weren't out to go do heroic deeds. They were out fishing.
Yep.
Alcoholics, yo. Work-life balance is important.
On that note,
please, yes, work-life balance. Senators. Senators of Rome. Work-life balance.
Since I'm having, I guess, to reel us in tonight, oh God help us all. Let's go on to Act 3, Scene 1.
Well, the Ides of March are come.
Aye, Caesar, but not gone.
Hail, Caesar, read this schedule.
Yes, there we go. Yes, there we go. I get it. Yes. A Trebonius doth desire you to o'erread at your best leisure his humble suit.
Oh, Caesar, read mine first, for mine's a suit that touches Caesar nearer. Read it, great Caesar.
What touches us ourselves shall be last served.
Delay not, Caesar, read it instantly.
What, is the fellow mad?
Hurrah! Give place!
What? Urge your petitions in the street. Come to the Capitol.
I wish your enterprise today may thrive.
What enterprise, Popilius?
Fare you well.
What said Popilius, Lena?
He wished today our enterprise might thrive. I fear our purpose is discovered.
Look how he makes to Caesar. Mark him.
Casca, be sudden, for we fear prevention. Brutus, what shall be done? If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself.
Cassius be constant. Popilius Lena speaks not out of purposes, for look, he smiles, and Caesar doth not change.
Trebonius knows his time. For look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Where is Metellus Let him go and presently prefer his suit to Caesar.
He is addressed.
Oh.
You are also addressed. He is addressed. Press near and second him.
Casca, you are the first that rears your hand.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, Metellus throws before thy seat an humble heart.
Oh, I must prevent thee, Simba. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men and turn preordinance and first degree into the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that would be thawed from the true quality. Oh, with that which melteth fools, I mean sweet words. No crooked curtsies and base spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
Kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Semper may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Semper.
I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's one in all doth hold his place. So in the world 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood, and apprehensive. Yet in the number I do know but one that unassailable holds on his rank, unshaken of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it even in this, that I was constant Semper would be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence, wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak, hands, for me.
To Brute, then falls Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Run hence, proclaim, cry about it in the streets.
Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement.
People and senators, be not affrighted, fly not, stand still, ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius, too.
Where's Publius?
Here, quite confounded with this mutiny.
Stand fast together, lest some friend of Caesar's should chance.
Talk not of standing, Publius, good cheer. There is no harm intended to your person, nor to no Roman else, so tell them, Publius.
And leave us, Publius, lest that the people rushing on us should do your age some mischief.
Do so, and let no man abide this deed, but we the doers.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run as it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasures, that we shall die, we know. 'Tis but the time, and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that, and then is death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to the elbows, and bespear our swords. Then walk we forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry, peace, freedom, and liberty!
Stoop then, and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, but now that Pompey's basest lies along no worthier than the dust?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the nod of us be called, the men that gave their country liberty.
What? Shall we forth?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels. with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antony's.
Thus, Brutus, did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down. And being prostrate, thus he bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I love Brutus and I honor him. Say I feared Caesar, honored him, and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death, Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead as so well as Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus through the hazards of the sun-trod state with all true faith. So says my master Antony.
Thy master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please him come unto this place. He shall be satisfied, and, by my honor, depart untouched.
I'll fetch him presently.
I know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but yet have I a mind that fears him much, and my misgivings still fall shrewdly to the purpose.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech ye, if you bear me hard, now whilst your purpled hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years. I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no means of death, as here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel. As by our hands in this present act, you see we do. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not. They are pitiful. And pity to the general wrong of Rome, as fire drives out fire, so pity, hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, to you our swords have leaden points, Mark Antony. Our arms and strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper do to receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear, and then we will deliver you the cause, why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, will I shake with you. Next, Caius Cassius, do I take your hand. Now, Decius Brutus, yours. Now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna. And, my valiant Casca, yours. Though last, not last in love, yours, good Trebonius. Gentlemen all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did lovely Caesar owe is true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than thy death to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble, in the presence of thy chorus? Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy lethe. O world, would thou wast the forest to this heart, and this indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer strucken by many princes dost thou here lie.
Mark Antony.
Pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this, then, in a friend, it is cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be picked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from point by looking down on Caesar. Friends am I with you and with you all, and love you all upon this hope, that you should give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak at his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest. He speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contented Caesar shall have all true rites and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do't by our permission, else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral, and you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going, after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body, then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived by in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. O'er thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants corded with the hands of war. All pity choked with custom of fell deeds. And Caesar's spirit ranging for revenge, with Ate by his side come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar did right for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and is coming, and bid me say to you a word of mouth. Oh, Caesar!
Thy heart is big. Get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching, for mine eyes, seeing those beads of sorrow stand in thine, begin to water. Is thy master coming?
No, he lies tonight within 7 leagues of Rome.
Post back with speed, and tell him what hath chanced. Here is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome, no Rome of safety for Octavius yet. Hie hence and tell him so, yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back till I have borne this corpse into the marketplace. There shall I try in my oration how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men. According to the which, thou shalt discourse to young Octavius of the state of things. Lend me your hand.
So they did the thing. They done did the thing. Caesar beat the deadness. So much going on. That the irony, I just have to go ahead and say it now while it's fresh. The irony of don't say anything bad about us. You only get to say good things about Caesar, but don't say anything bad about us. That one stipulation being the one that seals the deal for all of them. My goodsness. Okay. Well, if we are all prepared to go on to the much mourning / confusing, do we celebrate now? Are we the good guys portion of the play? On to Act 3, Scene 2.
We will be satisfied.
Let us be satisfied.
Then follow me and give me audience, friends. Cassius, go you into the other street and part the numbers. Those that will hear me speak, let them stay here. Those that will follow Cassius, go with him, and public reason shall be rendered of Caesar's death.
I will hear Brutus speak.
I will hear Cassius and compare their reasons, when severally we hear them rendered.
The noble Brutus is ascended. Silence!
Be patient to the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus' love to Caesar was no less than his. And if that friend demands why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead, to live all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he were ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who here so vile that will not love his country? If any, speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None,
Brutus. Nobody.
No, none here.
I thought it was a good speech.
Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol. His glory not extenuated wherein he was worthy, nor his offences enforced for which he suffered death. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the Commonwealth, as which of you shall not? With this I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live,
Live. Don't hurt yourself. It's gonna be okay. Don't.
There is a morning after.
YOLO.
Quisling.
Bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Give him a statue with his ancestors.
Be Caesar.
Caesar's best part shall be crowned in Brutus.
We'll bring him to his house with shouts and clamors.
My countrymen.
Peace. Silence. Brutus speaks.
Peace, ho.
Good countrymen, let me depart alone. And for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you. Not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony have spoke.
Stay, ho, and let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go up into the public chair. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholding to you.
What does he say of Brutus?
He says for Brutus' sake, he finds himself beholding to us.
'Twere the best he speak no harm of Brutus here.
This Caesar was a tyrant.
Nay, that's certain. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Peace, peace. Let us hear what Antony can say.
You gentle Romans.
Peace!
Peace.
Ho!
Everybody
Let us hear him.
Shut up, Antony's talking.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar has had great wrong.
Has he, masters? I fear there will be a worse come in his place.
Mark to his words. He wouldn't take the crown. Therefore, it was certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found so, some will dear abide it.
Poor soul. His eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
No, mark him. He begins to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. O masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you than I would wrong such honorable men. And here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood, yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying, mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
The will! The will! We will hear Caesar's will! Get on with it.
Though?
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It does not mean you know how Caesar loves you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would come of it?
Read the will! We'll hear it! Antony, you shall read us the will. Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have o'ershot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors! Honorable men.
The will!
The
testament!
Read it!
New one.
Read the will.
Read it, read it, read it, read it.
You will compel me then to read the will. Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend, and will you give me leave?
Come down.
Come down.
Come on, get on down here. Get on down here. Come on.
Hurry up.
Descend.
You shall have leave.
A ring! Stand around, everybody. Hold hands.
Stand from the hearse. Stand from the body.
Room for Anthony.
Nay,
Most
press
noble
so
Anthony.
upon me, stand far off.
Okay, stand back, everybody.
Stand back.
Stand back.
Stand back.
Get back.
Cool.
2 big steps. 2 big steps.
Nothing to see here.
6 foot distancing.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. 'Twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the Nervii. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors, to be resolved, if Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all, and when the noble Caesar saw him stab, in gratitude more strong than the traitor's arms, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, and in his mantle muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran with blood, great Caesar fell. Which, oh, that a fall was there, my countrymen. Then I and you and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep and I perceive, you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what? Weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself marred, as you see, with traitors.
Oh, piteous spectacle!
Oh, noble Caesar!
Woeful day.
Traitors! Villains even!
Oh, most bloody sight!
We will be revenged!
Revenge! About!
Go find them! They gotta be somewhere! Get them out here!
Let not a traitor live.
I got the tar. You got the feathers?
Peace there.
Peace there. Hear the noble Antony.
We'll hear him. We'll follow him. We'll die with him.
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. For they that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not, that made them do it. They are wise and honorable and will no doubt, with reasons, answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that love my friend, and that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit nor words nor worth, action nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor, poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny.
We'll mutiny.
Mutiny.
We'll burn the house of Brutus.
Away then. Come, seek the conspirators.
Yet hear me, countrymen. Yet hear me speak.
Peace.
Hold on, there's got more.
Hobo Antony.
Tony's time.
Why, friends, you go to do you know not what? Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then, you have forgot the will I told you of.
Oh, yeah.
Will.
Forget about that.
Yeah,
Well, let's hear it.
Let's do the will thing.
Do it.
Here's the will. And under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Most noble Caesar will avenge his death.
Royal Caesar?
Hear me with patience.
Peace.
Moreover, he hath left to you all his walks, his private arbors, and new planted orchards. On this side of the Tiber, he hath left them to you and to your heirs forever. Common pleasures, to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never. Come away. We'll burn his body in the holy place. And with the brands, fire the traitors' houses. Take up the body.
Go fetch fire.
Pluck down benches.
Pluck down forms, windows, anything.
Now let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. How now, fellow?
Sir Octavius is already coming home to Rome.
Where is he?
He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house.
And thither will I straight to visit him. He comes upon a wish. Fortune is merry, and in this mood will give us anything.
I heard him say Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen and then the dead at the gates.
Oh, belike they had some notice of the people, how I had moved them. Bring me to Octavius.
And we move to Act 3, Scene 3.
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar.
Hey, you get the wrong person. It's me that's speaking here.
What?
I'm the poet.
There's two sinners.
You're the conspirator.
True.
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unlucky charged my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell?
Are you married or a bachelor?
Answer every man directly.
Aye, and briefly.
Aye, and wisely.
Aye, and truly you were best.
What's my name? Where the forth am I going? What do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor? Then dance every man directly and briefly and wisely and truthfully. Wisely I say, I'm a bachelor.
That's as much as to say that there are fools that marry. You'll bear me a bang for that, I fear. Proceed directly.
Directly? I go to see Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
That matter is answered directly.
For your dwelling, briefly.
Briefly? I dwell by the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Tear him to pieces. He's a conspirator.
Hey, I'm Cinna the poet. I'm Cinna the poet.
Tear him for his bad verses. Tear him for his bad verses, then.
I'm not Cinna the conspirator.
It is no matter. His name's Cinna. Pluck but his name out of his heart and turn him going.
Tear him, tear him. Come, brands, oh, firebrands, to Brutus's, to Cassius's, burn all. Some to Decius's house and some to Casca's, some to Ligarius's. Away, go.
Kill the poet.
Bet you wish that was me now.
Don't send none to Trebonius's house, though. Leave him out of this.
Just no, don't go to Trebonius. We're gonna be fine. Leave that guy alone.
He's got the same name. He needs to be dead.
Kill all the sinners. Let all the sinners burn.
No. You got the wrong verse. It's love the sin, hate the sinner.
Oh.
Wait,
There you go. There you go.
That window.
They did hate the sinner so much. Ugh.
What an
Okay.
exciting and awesome first half, guys. I love you guys so much.
All right. Well, the ruling monarch is dead. The people are rioting. Everything's going great. It's great. It's just another Saturday in Rome.
The peasants are revolting.
Really good about
Finally,
They
something
certainly are.
Well, if they bathe once in a while. In any case.
Oh, by the way, I want to praise some of Dragon's General Chang acting there.
Right.
No doubt.
Give real money if he'd shut up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the break in our play for the evening. Over the next, we're going to say 15 minutes. Do the human thing. Take care of your human maintenance procedures. Please remember to hydrate. Keep yourself surviving better than this Roman monarch. And please return to us to see all of the fallout that befalls the people who befell Caesar.
I'm just the butt of all the jokes tonight, ain't I?
Every single one.
We're going to take a stab at him.
Hey. But a fine
On that
roasted
note-
butt you are.
Come join us back at 9:25 Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you guys soon.
Much love. And welcome back, all of our lovelies, for the thrilling conclusion of the tragedy of Julius Caesar. Well, Julius's personal tragedy is actually over, unless you count how annoyed his specter shall soon be. But now it has moved to the tragedy of Brutus and Cassius, who one of them probably deserved this, all the bad that's coming to them, and the other, yeah, he probably deserved it too, but, you know, one for stupidity, the other for malice. We'll go with both and. But in any case, we've been very much enjoying playing along with you. I hope you've been loving seeing it at home. And with that, let's make more merriment. Let's make more merry as we go on to, well, I say merriment and making more merry as we're about to talk about strife and internal conflict and warring factions. That's merriment for some people. I don't know what I'm even doing anymore. Act 4, Scene 1. Let's get this thing.
These many, then, shall die. Their names are pricked.
Your brother must die. Consent you, Lepidus.
I do consent.
Prick him down, Antony.
Upon condition Publius shall not live. Who is your sister's son, Mark Antony?
He shall not live. Look, with the spot I damn him. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge in legacies.
What, shall I find you here?
Or here, or at the Capitol.
This is a sight, slight, unmeritable man. Meet to be sent on errands, is it fit the threefold world divided he should stand, one of the three, to share it?
So you thought him, and took his voice who should be pricked to die in our black sentence and prescription.
Octavius, I have seen more days than you. And though we lay these honors on this man, to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as the asper's gold, to groan and sweat under the business. Either led or driven as we point the way. And having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off like to the empty ass to shake his ears and graze in commons.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius, and for that I do appoint him a store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to wind, to stop, to run directly on. His corporal motion governed by my spirit, and in some taste is Lepidus but so. He must be taught and trained and bid go forth, a barren-spirited fellow, one that feeds on objects, arts, and imitations, which out of use and stalled by other men began his fashion. Do not talk of him, but as a property. And now, Octavius, listen, great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head, therefore let our alliance be combined. Our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go sit in council. And how covert matters may best disclose and open perils surest answered.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake and bayed about with many enemies, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
All right, boys, let's get ready. There's trouble. Here we go. Act 4, Scene 2.
Stand ho!
Give the word ho and stand.
What now, Lucilius? Is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Pindarus is come to do you salutation from his master.
He greets me well, your master Pindarus, in his own change or by ill officers, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
Oh, did we get John back?
Pindaris, did you come?
Okay, I forgot.
Are you close at hand? I just heralded you. Heralded. I just heraldoed you.
I heralded him.
Did you not? Oh, come on.
Page 45, line 11.
Thank you. I do not doubt, but that my noble master will appear, such as he is, full of regard and honor.
He is not doubted. A word, Lucilius. How he received you, let me be resolved.
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly conference as he hath used of old.
Thou hast described, hot friend cooling. Ever note, Lucilius, when love begins to sicken and decay, it useth an enforced ceremony. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith, but hollow men, like horses not at hand, make gallant show and promise of their mettle. But when they should endure the bloody spur, they fall their crests, and like deceitful jades sink in the trial. Comes his army on.
They mean this night and Sardis to be quartered. The greater part, the horse in general, are come with Cassius.
Hark! He has arrived! March gently on to meet him.
Stand ho!
Stand ho! Speak the word along.
Stand!
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods. Wrong I mine enemies, and if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do them...
Cassius, be content. Speak your grief softly. I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love from us, let us not wrangle. Bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Pindaris, bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from this ground.
Lucilius, do you the like, and let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. Let Lucius and Titanius guard our door.
I'm just going to go ahead and assume that everyone's on the same page. The grievances that are being enlarged in the tent when they should not be disturbed. We're all there? We're all there? Just making sure we're all there. Okay. Then Act 4, Scene 3.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, wherein my letters praying on his side, because I knew the man, were slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this is not meet that every nice offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm, you know that you are Brutus that speak this, or by the gods this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember. Did not Greek Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body that did stab, and not for justice? What shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world, but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bait not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself, to hedge me in. I am a soldier, older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health, tempt me no further.
Away, slight man!
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way in room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this? Aye, more. Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though I do split for you. For from this day forth, I'll use you for my mirth, yea, for my laughter, when you are waspish.
Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Peace, peace. You durst not have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What durst not tempt him?
For your life you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so, when Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends? Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts. Dash him to pieces!
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. He was a fool. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath riveted my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
A flatterer's would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony and young Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote, to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. Here is my dagger, and here my naked breast. Within, a heart dearer than Plutus's, mine richer than gold. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth. The I that denied thee gold will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than ever thou lovest Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will. It shall have scope. Do what you will. Dishonor shall be your humor. Oh, Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who, much enforced, shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him. Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
We're not hearing Brutus at the moment.
And my heart, too. I think my microphone was with my dear Portia.
Good. I thought that I was. I thought that I just was missing it.
We didn't want to miss that makeup moment you guys were about to have. Just like it's time to make up.
You want to start back on when I spoke that I was ill-tempered too?
Let's do that. Let's do that. Brutus, sure. let's speak that ill-tempered too.
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Oh, Brutus.
And kiss. Sorry, I'm done.
What's the matter?
Have you not love enough to bear with me, when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over-earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
Let me go to see the generals. There is some grudge between them. 'Tis not meet they be alone.
You shall not come to them.
Nothing but death shall stay me.
How now? What's the matter?
For shame, you generals. What do you mean? Love and be friends as two such men should be. For I have seen more years, I'm sure, than ye.
Ha ha! How vilely doth this cynic rhyme.
Get you hence, sirrah, saucy fellow, hence!
Bear with him, Brutus. 'Tis his fashion.
I'll know his humor when he knows his time. What should the wars do with these jigging fools? Companion, hence!
Away, away, begone.
Lucilius and Titanius, bid the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight.
And come yourselves, and bring Messala with you immediately to us.
Lucius, a bowl of wine.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use, if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia?
She is dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss! Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, in grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. For with her death that tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendants absent, swallowed fire.
And died so?
Even so.
Oh, ye immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine, and this I bury. All unkindness.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, till the wine overswell the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in, Titanius. Welcome, good Messala. Now sit we close about this taper here, and call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. Messala, I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the same self-tenor.
With what addition?
That by proscription and bill's outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Herein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died by their prescriptions, Cicero being one.
Cicero one?
Cicero is dead, and by that order of prescription. Had you your letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Messala.
Nor nothing in your letters rid of her?
Nothing, Messala.
That methinks is strange.
Why, ask you, hear you aught of her in yours?
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true.
Then like a Roman, I bear the truth I tell. For certain, she is dead, and by strange manner.
Sorry, my page just scrolled on me here.
It happens.
It does.
2:15.
I mean, just a lot of shock.
I got it, Manor. Why, farewell, Portia. We must die, Messala, with meditating that she must die once. I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men, great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you, but yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This it is. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us, so shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offence, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defence, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of force give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection, for they have grudged us contribution. The enemy marching along by them shall make a fuller number up. Come on, refreshed, new, added, and encouraged. From which advantage shall we cut him off? If at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back.
Hear me, good brother.
Under your pardon, you must note beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe. The enemy increaseth every day. We, at the height, are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leans on to fortune. Omitted all the voyage of their life, is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Then with your will go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will negard with a little rest. There is no more to say.
No more. Good night. Early tomorrow will we rise and hence.
Lucius! My gown. Farewell, good Messala. Good night, Titanius. Noble Cassius. Good night, and good repose.
Oh, my dear brother, this was an ill beginning of the night. Never come such division tween our souls, let it not, Brutus.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother.
Good night, Lord Brutus.
Farewell, everyone. Give me the gown. Where's thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What, thou speakst drowsily? Poor knave. I blame thee not. Thou art overwatched. Call Claudio and some of my other men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Varus and Claudio.
Calls, my lord?
I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall raise by and by on business to my brother Cassius.
So please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Lie down, good sirs. It may be I shall otherwise bethink me. Look, Lucius, here's the book I sought for, so I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship did not give it to me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while, and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
Aye, my lord, and it please you.
It does, my boy. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
I should not urge thy duty past thy might. I know young bloods look for a time of rest.
I have slept, my lord, already.
It was well done, and thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee.
Dormi, domine, brute.
This is a sleepy tune. O murderous slumber, lay'st thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays thee music? Gentle knave, good night. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou dost nod, thou break'st thy instrument. I'll take it from thee. And good boy, good night. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down where I was left reading? Such blasphemy. Here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns! Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god? Some angel or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to stir? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee, thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Well, then I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Why? I will see thee at Philippi then. Now I have taken heart thou vanishest. Ill spirit, I would hold no more talk with thee. Boy! Lucius! Varus! Claudio! Sirs! Awake! Claudio!
Oh, no, we lost that. We lost that, Lucius. We didn't hear.
The strings, my lord, are false.
He thinks he is still his instrument. Lucius, awake!
Oh, my lord?
Didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criedst out?
My lord, I do not know that I did cry.
Yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again, Lucius. Sirrah, Claudio, fellow thou, awake!
My lord?
My lord?
Why did you cry so out, sirs? In your sleep?
Did we, my lord?
Aye. Saw you anything?
No, my lord, I saw nothing.
Nor I, my lord.
Go and commend me to my brother Cassius. Bid him set on his powers betimes before, and we will follow.
It shall be done, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
All right. We all know where this is going. When someone who is dead says they'll see you again, generally does not mean they're like holding cookies and stuff. Generally means you're about to be that thing.
Well,
True dat.
To be fair, the dark side does have cookies, though.
That is true. I don't know if there's cookies where Caesar done ended up. Especially not if he's choosing to walk back to the battlefield to taunt Brutus, but just saying.
I disagree, though, with the whole dark side and cookies thing, because Mama Strange has cookies and she doesn't strike me as the dark side, so.
Dark side may have cookies, but the light side has ice cream.
Her cookies
don't
have
fall
long
for
since
it.
surpassed anything.
Don't fall for it. The dark side cookies are oatmeal raisin. Don't fall for it.
Ew!
Whoa. Y'all really gonna? Oh, hell no. I gotta go. This is not
such vicious slander.
Y'all came for the raisins.
Ew, no. Gross.
Don't.
Oatmeal, good.
Yes.
Don't go after the raisins.
Thank you, said Caesar.
Raisins.
Oatmeal raisin is evil.
Hey,
no.
Sith happens.
Oh my God.
You say evil like it's a bad thing?
The end.
You know
the end
what?
times
I'm
are
gonna
near. Oatmeal
toast some
raisins, cookies falling
marshmallows
from the
over your
sky.
apprentice.
Also, I'm glad that you all loved the hilarious and very coincidental timing of my cat's wrestling during
It
that
really
fight.
was great. Like I think someone in the chat got it right. I can't remember who said it, but like you started getting all hyped and like you were upset, and the cats just caught the vibe, and they're like, "Yeah, get him! Get him!"
No, they've been wrestling all over here.
Nice. I just thought you were hyping them up, like you were getting all upset, and they were just being.
It was pure coincidence, is what it was. The upset was when Link came by to check on me after the fact.
Okay. Yep. Let's see. I should say before we enter this last scene, content warning. There will be two suicides in this last act. Just going to go ahead and throw that out. If that is a trigger for anyone, audience or cast, no shame. Just throwing that out there in case you have not read this far into the play. We're going to see them done in two very different ways. Well, we're not going to see them done, but we're going to hear them spoken of in two very different ways. but a couple of our main characters are going to mirror each other in the deaths at their own hands. So throwing that out there as we go into Act 5, Scene 1.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. You said the enemy would not come down, but keep the hills and upper regions. It proves not so. Their battles are at hand. They mean to warn us here at Philippi here, answering before we do demand of them.
I am in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by this face to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage, but 'tis not so.
Prepare, you generals! The enemy comes on in gallant show. Their bloodiest sign of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on, upon the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand, I keep thou the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigent?
I do not cross you, but I will do so.
They stand and would have parley.
Stand fast, Titinius. We must out and talk.
Mark Antony, shall we give sign of battle?
No, Caesar, we will answer on their charge. Make forth, the generals would have some words.
Stir not until the signal.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better, as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar."
Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown, but for your words, they rob the Hyplobees and leave them honeyless.
Not stingless, too.
For you have stolen their buzzing, Antony, and very wisely threat before you sting.
Villains, you did not so when your vile daggers hacked one another into the sides of Caesar. You showed your teeth like apes and fawned like hounds and bowed like bondmen, kissing Caesar's feet, whilst damned Casca, like a cur behind, struck Caesar on the neck. Oh, you flatterers.
Flatterers. Now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue had not offended so today, if Cassius might have ruled.
Come, the cause. If arguing makes us sweat, the proof of it will turn to redder drops. Look, I draw my sword against conspirators. When think you the sword goes up again? Never till Caesar's 33 wounds will be avenged, or till another Caesar have added slaughter to the sword of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors' hands unless thou bringst them with thee.
I hope so. I was not born to die on Brutus's sword.
Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, young man, thou couldst not die more honorable.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor, joined with a masker and a reveler.
Old Cassius still.
Come, Antony, away. Defiance, traitors, hurl we in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have the stomachs.
Why now blow wind, swell, billow, and swim bark? The storm is up, and all is on the hazard.
Ho, Lucilius, hark, a word with you.
My lord.
Messala.
What says my general?
Messala, this is my birthday, as this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand, Messala, be thou my witness that I against my will, as Pompey was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. You know that I held Epicurus strong, and his opinion. Now I change my mind, and partly credit things that do presage. Coming from Sardis, on our former ensign, 2 mighty eagles fell, and there they perched, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands, who to Philippi here consorted us. This morning are they fled away and gone, and in their steads do ravens, crows, and kites fly over our heads and downward look on us, as we were sickly prey. Their shadows seem a canopy most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
But believe it partly. Believe it partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly.
Even so, Lucilius.
Now, most noble Brutus, the gods today stand friendly that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But since the affairs of men rest still uncertain, let's reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall speak together? What are you then determined to do?
Even by the rule of that philosophy, by which I did blame Cato for the death, which he did give himself, I know not how, but I do find it cowardly and vile, for fear of what might fall, so to prevent the time of life, arming myself with patience, to stay the providence of some high powers that govern us below.
Then if we lose this battle, you are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome?
No, Cassius, no. Think not, thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But the same day must end that work the Ides of March begun, and whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore our everlasting farewell take, forever and forever farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why, then this parting was well made.
Forever and forever farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, 'tis true this parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it come. But it sufficeth that the day will end, and then the end is known. Come, ho, away!
Well, it's not looking good for old Brutus and Cassius there.
Until you scared the cat. She was standing right here, and you shouted, she went, bink!
Nice.
See, meanwhile, my two are just being affectionate as all get out. Like, why aren't you petting me right now?
Those random...
I'm just glad. I'm glad she was on the ground when she didn't want them on lap because she looked like she was about to get over there.
Yeah, I got those random moments where
they're not just sitting at your feet going.
Nudge is actually sitting by my feet getting pet right now.
Well, it's just like there's those random moments in TV or film where something happens and you just the director goes, how should we display that something's amiss here? Make a cat scream or something. I don't know. There's always the random off in the distance. Well, tonight, Brutus provided the cat jumping and leaping away.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Shall we?
Battle it up. It is battle time. Act 5, Scene 2.
Ride, Messala, ride, and give these bills unto the legions on the other side. Let them set on at once, for I perceive but cold demeanor in Octavius' wing, and sudden push gives them the overthrow. Ride, Messala, let them all come down.
So since we can't show a full battle on stage, let's just have Brutus come out and yell what's happening. That way the whole audience will know it's not going good. Act 5.
This is Red Leader making my approach.
Red 5 standing by.
Oh, look, Titinius, look, the villains fly. Myself have to mine own turned enemy. This ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and did take it from him.
Oh, Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early, who, having some advantage on Octavius, took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, whilst we by Antony are all enclosed.
Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly, therefore, noble Cassius. Fly far off.
This hill is far enough. Look, Titinius. Are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titinius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse and hide thy spurs in him till he hath brought thee up to yonder troops, and hear again that I may rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy.
I will be here again, even with a thought.
Go, Pindarus, get higher on that hill. My sight was ever thick. Regard Titinius and tell me what thou notice about the field.
So you're saying you want me to take the high ground?
This day I breathed first, time has come round. And where I did begin, there shall I end. My life is run his compass. Sirrah, what news?
Oh, my lord.
What news?
Titinius is enclosed all round about with horsemen that make to him on the spur. Yet he spurs on. Now they are almost on him. Now, Titinius, now some light. Oh, he lights too. He's ta'en. And hark, they shout for joy.
Come down, behold no more. Oh, coward that I am, to live so long, to see my best friend taken before my face. Come hither, Sirrah. In Parthia I did I take thee prisoner, and then I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou should attemptst it. Come now, keep thine oath. Gives his stage directions. Now be a free man, and with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Here, take thou the hilts, and when my face is covered as 'tis thou, guide thou thy sword. Caesar, thou art revenged, even with the sword that killed thee.
So I am free. Yet would not so have been, durst I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this country Pindarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
It is but change, Titinius, for Octavius is o'erthrown by noble Brutus's power, and Cassius's legions are by Antony.
Tidings will well comfort Cassius.
Where did you leave him?
All disconsolate with Pindarus's bondman on this hill.
Is that not he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart.
Is that not he?
No, this was he, Messala, but Cassius is no more. Oh, setting sun, as in thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in his red blood Cassius's day is set. The sun of Rome is set. Our day is gone. Clouds, dews, and dangers come. Our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this deed.
Mistrust of good success has done this deed. Oh, hateful error! Melancholy's child! Why dost thou show to the apt thoughts of men the things that are not? O error soon conceived, thou never comest unto a happy birth, but kill'st the mother that engendered thee.
What Pindarus? Where art thou, Pindarus?
Seek him, Titinius, whilst I go meet the noble Brutus, thrusting this report into his ears. May I say thrusting it? For piercing steel and darts and venom shall be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of this sight.
Aye, you, Messala, and I will seek for Pindarus the while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Did I not meet thy friends? And did not they put on my brows this wreath of victory and bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything. Let hold thee, take this garland on thy brow. Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace and see how I regarded Caius Cassius. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius's sword, and find Titinius's heart.
Where, Messala, doth his body lie?
Lo, yonder, and Titinius mourning it?
Titinius's face is upward.
He is slain.
Oh, Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet! Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails.
Brave Titinius. Look where he had not crowned dead Cassius.
Are yet 2 Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans, fare thee well! It is impossible that ever Rome should breed thy fellow friends! I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay! I shall find time, Cassius! I shall find time! Come! Therefore unto Thasso sent his body! His funeral shall not be in our camp! Lest it discomfort us! Lucilius, come! Come, young Cato! Let us to the field! Labio, Flavio, set our battles on! 'Tis 3 o'clock! And Romans, yet at night we shall try fortune in a second fight!
I just love that started up right as faint sounds of battle. Like we had the stage direction. Faint sounds of battle.
So does this mean that Link and Nudge are also officially part of the What Streams May Come
They
cast?
are
I'm trying very hard to keep a straight face here, you know? It's very hard.
They are chaoslings in all rights. They are chaosling kitties. The most ferocious felines. My goodness. I love it. Love it so much.
Some great contributions.
But speaking of trying to keep a straight face, trying to be Messala talking to that southern Titinius was just like, I don't know if I can right now. Like, this eulogy is a little bit better than these guys deserve. Oh, but
I was waiting for Lucilius to talk to Messala.
That thankfully won't end up having to happen. I made sure, like, I did take overlapping roles tonight, but they're not going to speak directly to each other. You're not going to get to see that chaos just yet. But in any case, on we press to Act 5, Scene 4.
Yet, countrymen, oh yet, hold up your heads!
What bastard doth not? Who will go with me? I will proclaim my name about the field. I am the son of Marcus Cato. Ho! A foe to Terence and my country's friend. I am the son of Marcus Cato. Ho!
And I am Brutus. Marcus Brutus. Brutus, my country's friend. Know me for Brutus. Oh, young and noble Cato, art thou down? Why, now thou diest as bravely as Titinius, and mayest be honored being Cato's son.
Yield, or thou diest.
Only I yield to die. There is so much that thou wilt kill me straight. Kill Brutus, and be honored in this death.
We must not. A noble prisoner.
Room ho! Tell Anthony Brutus is taken.
I'll tell the news. Here comes the general. Brutus is taken. Brutus is taken, my lord.
Where is he?
Oh, safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare assure thee that no enemy shall ever take alive the noble Brutus. The gods defend him from so great a shame. When you do find him, or alive or dead, he will be found like Brutus, like himself.
This is not Brutus, friend, but I assure you, a prize no less in worth. Keep this man safe. Give him all kindness. I had rather such men were my friends than my enemies. Go on. And see whether Brutus be alive or dead. And bring us word unto Octavia's tent how everything is chanced.
All right, Brutus. Get ready. You're about to meet your Caesar. Time for Act 5. Scene 5. Let's finally let these chips fall.
Come, poor remains of friends. Rest on this rock.
Statilius showed the torchlight, but my lord, he came not back. He is or taken or slain.
Sit thee down, Cletus. Saying is the word. It's a deed in fashion. Hark thee, Cletus.
What? I, my lord? No, not for all the world.
Peace, then. No words.
I'd rather kill myself.
Hark thee, Dardanius.
Shall I do such a deed?
Oh, Dardanius.
Oh, Cletus.
What ill request did Brutus make to thee?
To kill him, Cletus. Look, he meditates.
Now that is a noble vessel full of grief that it runs over even at his eyes.
Come hither, good Volumnius. List a word.
What says my lord?
Why this, Volumnius? The ghost of Caesar hath appeared to me several times by night. At Sardis once, and this last night here in Philippi Fields. I know my hour has come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is, Volumnius. Thou seest the world, Volumnius, how it goes. Our enemies have us beat to the pit. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Volumnius, thou knowst that we two went to school together. Even for that, our love of old, I prithee, hold thou my sword hilts, whilst I run on it.
I saw an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly, my lord. There's no tarrying here.
Farewell to you. And you. And you, Volumnius. Strato. Thou hast been all this while asleep. Farewell to thee too, Strato. Countrymen! My heart doth joy that yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony. By this vile conquest shall attain unto. So fare you well at once, for Brutus' tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs upon mine eyes. My bones would rest, that have but labored to attain this hour.
Fly, my lord, fly.
Hence I will follow. I prithee, Strato, stay thou by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of good respect. Thy life had some match of honor in it. Then hold my sword, and turn away thy face, while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Strato?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, good Strato. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that?
My master's man, Strato. Where's thy master?
Free from the bondage you are in, Messala. The conquerors can but make a fire of him. But Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else hath honor by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus. Is the corpse still moving? Anyone else see Brutus's corpse? Should we poke it? Thou hast proved Lucilius's saying true.
All that served Brutus, I will entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
I, Masala, will prefer me to you.
Do so, good Masala.
How died my master Strato?
I held the sword, and he did run on it.
Octavius, then take him to follow me that did the latest service to my master.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only in a general honest thought and common good to all made one of them. His life was gentle and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him, with all respect and rites of burial. Within my tent his bones tonight shall lie, most like a soldier, ordered honorably. So call the field to rest, and let's away to part the glories of this happy day.
I mean, happy for who? That's the big question here.
You know, that was one of those Scarlet, my dear, I don't give a damn moments where they should have ended the play at "This was a man." That should have been it. Shouldn't Octavius is. That was so. It's like tomorrow's a better day. You know, it should have been done. All the world say this was a man.
The Octavius does seem tacked on. You're right.
Yeah, it's just it's. Oh, tomorrow is a better day. No. It's. I don't give a damn. That's the better ending.
We couldn't let Antony have the last line. We had to let Octavius speak just one more time.
It kind of goes with his character in this play, though.
It does. It really does. Octavius has to have the last word there. Oh, but my God.
You go to the right, you go to the left.
Boy, am I tired.
You look, I mean.
You look half dead.
I'm just dead tired.
The cat battle is, I mean, there's things that you remember from each of the shows that we end up doing, but the number one thing I feel like I'm going to remember from season is the cat battle.
Could not be more on brand.
Incredible.
I'm just glad you all enjoyed and didn't mind.
I feel like I had the best seat in the house because, like, I stowed chaos and then I fucked off the rest of the show, and I got to just enjoy the chaos that I stowed.
You booped the chaos again. This is on brand.
Yep.
I gotta say though, Duval, the way you walked into your background, you just
into the
but it looked like you were going down the road. And then you disappeared within the gates.
Yeah.
just play that, like, you know, that sad Hulk walking into the sunset.
Yes. Oh God, flashbacks.
Going my way.
Oh man. But ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy that you joined us here. But before we go, is Brutus okay?
Brutus is fine. Brutus is just realizing the cat's knocked something over.
Like, I feel like it stands to, like, has anyone checked on Brutus lately? I feel like
poke him with a stick.
Could be said multiple times during this show. Has anyone checked on Brutus?
Although I realize now I'm trying to, on my screen over here, like, I'm poking Brutus with my little tiny sword, but it looks like I'm stabbing Finn on the street.
Well, it's really funny because with where I am on Zoom, I'm actually right between you two, but it looks like you're just stabbing the side of the window.
You trying to stab me in the side of the head would just be on brand for everything that happens here. So
This is true.
That's
I was supposed to flick you in the ear
having
for strike, but since we're remote.
out of reach.
Well,
in any
was
case,
when you were going to hand me the sword to stab you with, like where you both have the master sword.
you both have little master swords. You have a master dagger.
Yeah, it's a letter opener.
Nice.
I wanted to have my camera cap, but that fell behind the computer. I didn't want to have to get up and get that. But hey, I've got one too. So
very nice. Love it.
I just
one of many.
Oh, there are many Hyruleans present among us tonight.
Damn right.
So how can we thank our cast, Finn?
I mean, you could thank them by just showing them love wherever they live on the interwebs, showing up to other things that they do. In fact, some of our cast would like you to find you, would like for you to find them. They might like to find you too, but they'd like for you to find them where they do things. And therefore, I want to give everybody a chance to say hey to the audience and tell us, where do we find you? Starting with, hey, Duvall.
Hi.
Where you at on the internet?
I'm too many places probably. But yeah, first of all, I just want to say this was a absolute phenomenally great time. Great way to spend a Saturday evening. So thank you so much for having me, first of all. And thank you, Babs, for being on the ones and twos and thank you, mods, for making sure we're safe because Twitch sucks right now. So that being said, I am Jacob Plick, Dual Key Jacob on the interwebs, co-founder of the Amphitheater, where right now we're in between D&D campaigns, but I'm playing some video games every Wednesday night. It's called Duval's Gaming Journey, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/The Amphitheater. Wrapped up Link's Awakening this week, jumping into Pokemon Fire Red, and on Wednesday we will go to Mount Moon, so pray for me. All the Zubats are going to come after me. So that's going to be a good time. And then this Sunday, actually, so tomorrow evening, I'll be guesting in Maddie Games' Dragonlance campaign. So that's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/So Maddie Games. And the opposite Sunday, I'm the host and dungeon master for a little show called Duval and Dragons, which is based off of Chrono Trigger and some Florida things. And it's ridiculous. They're going into a ball after a big plot twist. So it's going to be a really, really good time. I'm so excited. And I'm doing a bunch of other stuff. Follow me on Twitter. I have a link tree with a bunch of content that I've been doing, past, present, and future. And there's some more things to come. So stay tuned. Thanks again for having me.
Thanks for being with us. Also, Dragon, where you be making smoke?
Well, when I come back from the land of the dead, I'm actually not doing too much right now at the moment. Because, of course, D&D Surprise Party is on hiatus while we figure stuffs out. And, but I do have my little design shindig that is still going on. If you hit forsooth!
Forsooth!
Exclamation point, forsooth! In the chat, and that will lead you to the link, no pun intended, Hyruleans, to my TeePublic shop, where you can find D&D inspired merch, Shakespearean and what streams may come inspired and requested merch, as well as some pop culture merch as well. As I said, I'm currently not doing too much right now in the playing atmosphere, and I really want to, because I'm only playing one game of Dungeons and Dragons a week right now, and I need some more. So hit a dragon up if you want a cranky old dragon at your table.
Can confirm.
Thank you.
It is fun at the table.
Okay.
Oh, you're the best. You know you got the hookins to make them good lookins. Anyways, sorry. Anyway, not sorry. Let us move on. Chase, where can we be finding you?
Howdy, y'all. So I Dragon, you're still doing a lot more than I am, because my 9 to 5 takes up a lot of my time, and I've had a lot going on in life. You can find me at Chase TMS on Twitter. It's Chase the Mind Sculptor, because I'm a magic nerd. And then I'm Narcotic Wings on Twitch. I don't do much there. I might try and actually start trying to stream stuff now that life is getting a little bit less hectic. I also do stand-up stuff, so I might put that on there. Don't know yet. But yeah, just follow if you feel like it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Everyone's favorite mom, Melodic Blue, tell us where we find you.
So I can actually be found in a variety of places right now because things are actually heating up in the melodic space going into October, but in a family friendly way. Totally not how I am on this stream.
Save the good stuff for us.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch as Melodic Blue. Same on Twitter. But on Instagram, I'm melodic_blue. And we also just announced last night on stream, that another very dear good friend, streamer friend of mine, and I are officially forming a content creation team, Team Softbean. And you will soon be able to find us on all the socials as Team Softbean. And we have a lot of great family-friendly Hallow streams content planned for October. We'll be releasing a content calendar on that soon, out on all the social media things. And that month will be concluding with a live-streamed tabletop RPG one-shot, where we will be going back into that world of Pokemon after the death of humanity. So, yeah.
I kind of love all of that. But yes, I should clear up. We all love our mothers. Melodic is our favorite bonus mom. There you go. Melodic's our favorite bonus mom.
She's my favorite mom.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you get to pick your faves. But I did not want to see a Mama Strange versus Melodic battle. I kind of do, but I don't think the world's ready for it.
There's no shade at Mama Strange. Mama Strange is
throw no shade. I feel like it'd just be I feel like it'd be just a battle of like passive aggressive compliments.
We'll just have a bake-off.
Do it.
Mama combat.
That's the Mama Strange. Mama Strange is my favorite mama. Then.
Very nice.
If it's a bake-off, I'm bringing apple rosettes.
Well, if you're bringing apple rosettes, where are you bringing them from, Gleam? Because you were actually next on the list to tell us, where do we find you?
Your friendly neighborhood Gleam Demon can be found all over the internet in a real severe way now. You can find me on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter at Gleam Demon for all of them. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the AM Pacific time. So all you East Coasters, it's a little closer to your lunchtime, but that's okay. I don't mind. I play Warframe. I play RPGs. Thursday nights, I stream my art stream, where I am doing all things digital art related right now, because that's what my setup is for. And every second Saturday, I stream Click and Play stories, where I drink and play really bad old click and play games. Like right now I'm playing Deponia and I just want to smother the lead character.
As you do.
You know, that happens. Well, maybe you'll get that option. Maybe that'll be one of the dialogue tree outcomes. Here's hoping for your sake. All right. Well, Mantle, where do you happen to be now, you wonderful bean?
Well, you can usually find me underwater, but if you want more specifics on that, I have just moved over 1,000 miles away, everyone. I am now in Florida. I'm not specifying which city, but whether you caught it during the intermission or not, I am a marine biologist. So I'm working in an aquarium. I'm mostly a shark specialist, but love all the amazing animals there. So that's the joke of why you can find me underwater. I always describe myself as a marine biologist first and a gamer second, because marine biology is work, games are hobby. But I do stream on Twitch. You can find me in the link that Stryker was super kind to put there in the chat. And on that link on Twitch, you can also find access to my Twitter and Instagram. Twitch, I am a variety caster. I usually describe myself as 70-30 Nintendo to PlayStation.
I play everything from retro to modern. Current games have had to be staggered. I'm actually just now ramping back up my stream schedule since I'm finally in my new apartment. Current games, you can see a Metroid Zero Mission, which is just fun on its own, and I'm hyped as hell for Metroid Dread. So, and also we are still continuing Subnautica, and Halloween we'll see some more 3 Spoopy 5 Me stuff on the channel, including continuing the Walking Dead Telltale series that I started last year.
So good.
So look for plenty more stuff there. Those are current games, but if you want to get Nintendo fix and then some, I hope to see you all around. And thank you all so much for an amazing time tonight.
Thank you. Man, Zero Mission's so fun. I love Zero Mission.
It's my favorite 2D Metroid.
It really does take
mine
the game.
too.
It kind of brings all that stuff from the original Metroid. It just does it again, but better.
It's one of those remakes where they completely made it better in every sense.
Oh, absolutely. It's the definitive way to play that mission. In any case, onward we ride to our good Sir Strike. Strike, where we be finding you at?
I can be found all over the internet at strike_redkite, Twitter, Instagram, and the like. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind both Master Finn and Miss Jessica that after we're done here, bed has to come soon because tomorrow morning we are back on Utharian Legends, and it will be an early call for all of us.
What are you going to do if I don't go to sleep? Kill me?
Probably.
Oh, that's right. That is one of your options. You can
He
do
is
that.
he is our DM, so
You actually can do that.
Yeah. I was about to say
You be nice to the DM, or else he'll kill you.
Yep. All right. Rocks fall all day.
Fireball.
I don't need rocks.
Right. I mean, I'm already having to look over my shoulder to see if this one's casting fireball. I don't need to be looking up to see what the DM's throwing at us. But ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy that you have joined us tonight for our reading of Julius Caesar. If you like what you saw, please do tell others about the show. What streams may come right here on Chaotic. I'm getting there, Babs.
I forgot home base.
No, I didn't. Homebase did have to run away midstream for other pressing matters. So please look up Homebase Serenity and all of the streaming that they do. Still doing a lot of
He's
Fortnite
also
Save the
a
World.
family-friendly variety streamer that plays Minecraft, Fortnite Save the World, and a few other things as well. Like recently, they've been playing Marvel's Avengers.
Very nice.
Sorry, Vince.
Okay. But thank you. And yes, please join us whenever you can on what streams they come right here at Tiefling ATL. We are still doing a once monthly show until November of this year. We have 2 more shows left in 2021. Please join us October 16th as we present to you King Lear.
However, if you find yourself in need of a Shakespeare fix in our absence, all of our previous episodes are uploaded on the YouTube channel under Chaotic Tiefling ATL. And as Strike said, if you want to catch more of Finn and me, we can be found right here tomorrow morning and every other Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with the Sunday Brunch Club, playing our characters on Utharian Legends.
Also upcoming for Chaotic Tiefling, Slady's ATL is launching their first charity stream on Chaotic Tiefling September 27th to kick off the Slady's anniversary week. They have an all-day charity event anniversary celebration planned on October 23rd for, I'm getting like all the shakes from the Babs. And I'm reading it. All right. Well, then never mind. You know what? Curtis is just going to walk right off and let Callista take over. So, lady, do it.
Hey, Babs. Babs, nobody can hear you on the stream.
Wait, what?
We can hear you fine, but yeah.
I know why you guys can hear me. I didn't
Oh,
unmute myself in Streamlabs, but y'all can hear me.
Oh, well then everyone at home did not know why I was apologizing to some phantom voice and then cowering in fear.
Yeah.
So for everyone at home, there totally was a lady berating me, which is a common occurrence.
I didn't berate you.
They knew why you were cowering in fear.
Potato.
I just told you were reading the text message I sent you wrong.
Well, to be fair, I do deserve all the beratements I get. So I was reading that wrong, apparently. But to repeat, the Slady's all-day charity and anniversary event is actually happening October 23rd.
But all of their content is officially kicking off on Chaotic Tiefling the week of September 27th. That's where that date came from.
There we go.
There we go. So, if you love the Sladies, you're going to be able to find them right here. Which means that we're going to have regular, all week long content soon.
Woo.
I'm so excited.
And if you don't yet love the Sladies, well, there's only one reason. You have not viewed their content. Please come view one of their wonderful games, streams, and events. They are fantastic. And I think I officially now have the title Friend of Sladies. I have at least played one game with the Sladies. So there's Sladies and Friends. So yes.
I will
the highest of my accolades.
That 100% the next hold on.
Okay.
I'm finding it. Oh.
I'm holding link if that counts.
What?
They're holding a cat if that counts. If that's what you wanted them to hold on to.
Yes. So I can definitely confirm that the Sladies show, the Sirens show, will officially, the Siren Song show will officially be back September 30th. So,
love it.
Yes. And everything else will also be coming back around that time. I know Nikki is dealing with some life things, and we wish her all the best, including loving on that new baby. But, baby.
Yep.
But anyways, I'm gonna go
We love Nikki. By gar!
By gar, do we love that Nikki. But please, ladies and gentlemen, toss us up to your Twitchers and show some love to Babs the Bat, without whom none of this would have been showing up in your eye holes for your mental viewing pleasure this evening. Without her hard work, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. If you'd like to connect with us and put some of our words in your brain chasm, you can find us on Twitter at Bloodhaven Bard and at Jessica Skell for myself and Jess, respectively.
You just send me a request. Otherwise, I can't interact with you. But until the next show, be good to yourself and be good to each other. We will all eventually get through this and back under our stage lights once more.
Now give us your hands if we be friends.
We love you.
We'll miss you.
Until it's showtime again.